Hi everyone, and welcome back to Oh So Victoria, where I am a part-time reseller. And today I'm going to go over what sold in the month of October. I sold 20 items, so I'm going to be letting you know what those items were, how much it cost, what they sold for, and then I have my gross sales, my net profit, my cost of goods, and the fees that I paid for those 20 items. So it's from October 1st to October 31st. I was going to do 2 weeks at a time, but then I was gone for the last week of October. So I didn't sell that much. So I just kind of threw it all together for 1 month. And let me get started. If you like that sort of thing, hit the like button. Please subscribe if you like reseller content and I go over what sold. I also do hauls. I'll have some hauls coming up where I went on one of my vacations where I was gone for 2 weeks. So the last week, beginning week of November, we were in Central Oregon, and so we hit up some of the thrift stores. My husband and I hit up, so I did. My husband drove me around, carried my packages, hit up the thrift stores in some of the small towns in Central Oregon, and those will be coming up. Those videos will be coming up. And I also have videos of our adventures that we did in Central Oregon. So there's a playlist, and it's broken down by what sold, hauls, and adventures from Southern Oregon. So if you like that kind of thing, subscribe and then listen to whatever videos you want to. So let me get started on my sales. I sell on several platforms, so I will be listing what platform I sell on. So on October 2nd on Etsy, on my Oh So Victoria Etsy shop, and I do have 3 Etsy shops, but on my Oh So Victoria Etsy shop, I sold this Anne Christie, vintage Anne Christie ivory blouse. I sold that for $36, and I had picked that up in December 27th of 2010. So I actually had this blouse for 10 years, and I didn't get around to listing it until September of this year. And so I listed in September, and then it sold in October. So it was only listed for a couple of weeks, or if even that, before it sold for $36. And I picked it up at the senior center here in Medford, where they have a thrift store, which it's probably closed now because of the COVID thing. But anyway, I was able to I picked up quite a few vintage items in that thrift store. And then also on October 2nd, on my Art Fire shop, where I sell vintage patterns, which I'm going to be moving all my patterns off of Art Fire because I'm not happy with them anymore. And I think I will be just moving them over to Bonanza because there's no listing fee on Bonanza. And then I could have them there, and their fees are different. They're kind of maybe like eBay's fees or whatever, but there's no listing fee. So I'm going to put them over there. I've had a shop on Artfire for 10 years, Etsy 10 years, and Bonanza for 10 years. And I never really used my Bonanza shop very often, but I have sold things on there. So anyway, I sold this boys PJ pattern, this vintage pattern, for $5. So my profit on that probably wasn't very much. Well, actually it was $4.35 profit. Anyway, because it was only 52 cents PayPal fee, because I didn't do the Art Fire fee because I'm not happy with them. That's a long story. Anyway, I sold this boys pattern. And then on the 4th on Poshmark, at Oh So Victoria Poshmark, my Art Fire shop's name is Penelope Rose. One more thing I'll say about Art Fire, I had hundreds of patterns there, and they're no longer there. I don't know what they did. I don't know where they went. They changed my my listings. Anyway, I'm done with them, but that's another story. And so anyway, on Poshmark, on my Oh So Victoria Poshmark, I sold this Molly Bracken maxi dress, a little off-shoulder dress. I sold that for $36. It was a full price. sale on that. I had picked this up for $9.99 at a boutique shop here in Ashland. Was the first day you could get back into the shops when COVID had happened. So it was probably, I don't have it listed. I listed it in June of this year. But I'm thinking it was sometime in April, May that the shops had reopened. And I went in and I picked up a lot of retail arbitrage on some of their dresses. And so this was one of them. And it sold. And I sold several of the dresses from this lot. And then on the 5th, also in my Poshmark closet, I sold this Patent Company Lavender Lanny cat t-shirt. There's long t-shirt. It was like a nighty t-shirt. It was really, really nice and had that print on it of the cat from like a humane society or a cat sanctuary place in Hawaii. I sold that for $14. That also sold for full price. Picked it up at the Goodwill here in August of last year, and then I listed it September. Yeah, so I listed it September of last year. So it's been up for over a year. And it finally sold for a full asking price of $14. And I think I had actually dropped the price on that over the last year. And then on the 7th, on my Etsy shop, I sold this black and white check two-piece dress, this Bobby Brooks vintage dress for $68. And I picked that up in an estate sale here in one of the little towns here. And I listed that in July. No, I bought it in July of last year and I listed it in November of last year. So I had that for a year. And then on eBay, I sold this wool blend white pleated skirt. And it seems like they put in an offer and I counter offered and it sold for $28. So this was a vintage skirt. Don't know where I picked it up. And I had listed it September of this year. And also on eBay, I sold this black and white vintage dress. What am I reading here? Oh yeah, this black and white vintage dress, it was new with tags. I sold it for $98 on eBay. I don't know if I had it originally for $125 and then I did offer to likers at $98 and it sold. I picked it up, I must have picked it up at an estate sale. I paid $1.23 for it. I don't have the days I had it listed or anything. But the lady that had bought it, or somebody emailed me and asked if I had any more dresses like that one, like this one. So I don't have any particularly like that, but I do have other vintage dresses. And then also on eBay, I sold this Jackpot hippie yellow skirt. Okay, Jackpot was the label. This tie-dye yellow skirt. This was given to me by one of my daughters. I sold it for $18. And I think that was an outright sale. I think I had listed it and I listed it October 12th of this year and it sold that day. So it sold the day I listed. I actually listed 3 skirts and of this type of skirt. Not all of them were the tie-dye, but they were these boho hippie skirts, and this one sold the same day. And then on Poshmark, I sold this H&M black leather, faux leather mini skirt for $18, and that was an offer. I must have had it, maybe I had it for $24, $25, I don't know. And they sent an offer for $18, and so I accepted that, and that was given to me either by my daughter or my son. I can't remember who. Not that my son wore the skirt, but he had a bunch of clothes he gave me over time that he comes across. He brings me clothes too, which is nice. All my kids bring me clothes, so I have a lot of clothes to be listing, and I give away a lot of those clothes too. The last batch of clothes my son gave me, I did a haul on that, and it had a bunch of shoes in it, and my kids and some of their friends took some of the clothes. It's like, take what you want. It's, you know, given to me. It was, he got it for free. And so just passing along all, whoops, my camera's shaking. Passing along all the good stuff. And because I have tons of stuff to list, so that's not a problem. So anyway, on Etsy, my Oh So Victorious shop, I sold this mohair bolse knit sweater for $64, and that was given to me from a very good friend of mine. His wife had passed away, and he actually gave me some of her clothes. It's like she kept everything, and this was a really nice warm sweater. She may have picked it up in Las Vegas because they used to go to Las Vegas a lot. And anyway, so I had listed that in January last year, and it sold on October 15th for $64 on Etsy. And also on Etsy, my Oh So Victorious shop, I sold this 1950s black nylon blouse. It had the back buttons. I think this is the second black blouse I had sold. I think last month I also sold a black blouse, but it was from the 80s, 70s or 80s. It wasn't as old as this one, a vintage. So I sold this one for $38. It sold on October 15th. And I didn't have it in my inventory of where I had picked it up, so I probably had it for quite a long time before I finally listed it in January of this year. And then I'll go over the gross and everything at the end as I do the last 9 sales I had for the month. And also my Oh So Victoria Etsy shop, I sold this movie star black negligee for $74, and it went to Australia, and the person that received it let me know he received it and really loved it. I don't know if it was a he or she, because the name kind of threw me off. Either way, they loved it. And like I said, $74. I picked this up at the Salvation Army in Redding, California, when I went down there with my husband, because he plays cribbage. He does cribbage tournaments. And so I went down there and I went to the thrift stores and I picked this up for $4. I think it was from the 60s. Well, yeah, you could tell by the ruffly neck. That was a ruffle design, very, very popular in the 60s. So, and I had listed it October of this year on the 14th, and it sold on the 16th. Like I said, it went to Australia. And then on Poshmark, I got an offer for this yellow, oh, I can't even say it, Yellowstone t-shirt, brown organic t-shirt. This is a really nice t-shirt. I really liked it, but I lowered the price, and then I took an offer on it for $10. Because I had it listed in since the August of the year before. So I had it listed for over a year and a half, or almost. And I paid $2.69 for it at the Goodwill here, and it sold for $10, which was okay because I really liked that t-shirt, and so hopefully the person that got it really liked it too. And that's kind of what I like to do, is pass on some really nice clothing to customers because I see it and I find it, and I just feel like somebody else is going to really like this, and it shouldn't just be sitting in the store or at the estate sale, because I don't know where it's going to end up unless another reseller buys it or another customer buys it. But the thing about being online, you reach a whole lot of more people. So there's a lot more people that can find that item than if they walk into an estate sale or into a thrift store locally. Is my thinking. So I like to get things out there into the world, so to speak. Anyway, and I sell other stuff too. So anyway, on Poshmark on the 17th, I sold these Gloria Vanderbilt high-rise jeans for $15. They were an offer to me. I don't know what I had them listed at. If they offered me $15, I may have had them $25, $22, I don't know, $20, I don't know. But the offer was good. These are something that were mine. And I don't think they fit me anymore. Although Gloria Vanderbilt is a pair of jeans that I find fit me really, really well. But maybe I'm not as small as I used to be. Anyway, so I sold these for $15. Had them listed over a year. because I listed it in November of last year. And then also on Poshmark, I sold this bundle. It's hard for me to break down bundles and what costs what. But anyway, I sold these 2 items in a bundle for a total of $32. And one was these little vintage white ceramic cats. I actually had one. And so they were listed for $16 or something. So, and in the bundle, they went into the bundle. But I did have one years ago that I sold for $12 on my Etsy shop. And so anyway, I sold these 2 little cute little ceramic cats, and along with that I sold this Lily Sidoni Savannah dress. It has lion prints on it. This was also one of my retail arbitrage dresses that I picked up at the boutique here in Ashland. And so the total of those 2 items was, what was I saying, $32. And that was the bundle. So the profit on those 2 were $15. And like I said, that dress cost me $10 to buy. And I don't know what the cats cost me. But anyway, on the 20th, on my Etsy shop, I sold these lavender slingback, 1970s lavender slingback heels for $54. I still have a pink pair, just like them, in my Etsy shop. And I picked these up at an estate sale on July of last year, and I listed in March of this year. And I'm thinking, did these go to a costume department? I can't remember. Seems like I sold something this month, and I think it might have been these that also went to some costume department. They went to California. I do know that. Okay. Anyway, I sold them for $54. And also in my Etsy shop, I sold this vintage Silk Goddess at the Moon, the Silk Goddess of the Moon scarf for $32. And I had picked this up at in Redding, California at the American Cancer Society. It was a really nice shop there too. And that's where I picked up a lot of Asian influence. We're doing a 50% off sale. So I picked this up for $6. So it was originally they had it priced at $12. And then somebody on Etsy, they may have had a shop. They wrote me a comment. They messaged me that because I just had silk woman, a silk scarf, woman, Asian, or Chinese or something. And she said that is the goddess of the moon and told me a little bit about it. So I really love it when people see your item and then they give you more information about your item. Sometimes I'll post things and I'll even ask if anybody knows anything more about this item on some of my listings on Etsy. And so I changed all the title, and I changed all the description, and put in some more information about this goddess of the moon. And then just recently I saw they made a movie. I don't know if it was Disney, I'm not sure who. Somebody made a movie with the goddess of the moon. And so the whole story is the rabbit makes a potion, something about the goddess of the moon going and healing her husband, and there's a whole story around it. So it's a Chinese legend, I believe. So anyway, I sold it for $32 at Etsy on the 23rd. And on Poshmark, I sold this rubbish corduroy jacket for $20. And the thing with this, let's see, I did pick this up at the bins. So it didn't cost very much. It was like 86 cents. And it was a really nice jacket. So the thing about this is that I had the jacket. It sold on the weekend. We went to the coast that weekend, and I thought because it sold on a Friday evening, so it wasn't going to get shipped out to Monday. So we went to the coast on the weekend, and then my husband's truck breaks down, and so we end up staying on the coast a week, and I couldn't get it shipped out. I let the buyer know that we're kind of stuck over here on the coast, and I can't get it shipped out until we get back. And same fun. She gave me a 5-star rating when she did get it eventually. which was really nice. And I really appreciate her patience for waiting for this really cool jacket to arrive. I should know to just wrap things up, get them shipped out with her, and bring them with me maybe. I don't know. I mean, you don't expect for your vehicle to break down. Actually, he got the vehicle fixed, but then something went wrong with it again, and we didn't want to drive it back, so I had my daughter come pick us up. So my daughter came and picked us up and brought us back home. And his truck's still over at the coast, waiting to make sure that when they fix it, that it doesn't stop running again, which is what happened. So another story, another life. Anyway, the last thing on my Poshmark closet that sold was the Susan Graver zip front jacket for $18, and that was given to me by my daughter. And so anyway, so that's the total of the 20 sales, and it's like 1, 2, 3, I'm counting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So half of those items were either given to me free or I did not know how much they cost that I paid for. And that's why my cost, and I'll go put it all up here. So my cost of goods that I do know was only $43.20. My fees were $128.81. And my gross profit was $668, and my net profit was $495.99. And then so I sold 7 things on Etsy, and I don't have the totals of those here, and 1 thing on Artfire, the pattern, and the Artfire shop's name is Penelope Rose, and 9 items on Poshmark and 3 items on eBay. So that's what I sold for all of October. And like I said, we went on vacation. We left on the 25th of October. And I came back for 1 night, mailed out those 2 items from Poshmark, and then we left again for a week over to Eagle Crest Resort in Central Oregon. And we just got back. Today is the 9th, November 9th, and we got back. It's Monday, and we got back on Saturday. So I've been starting to list again. So I've sold 3 items so far since I started listing yesterday. I believe yesterday I started listing. So anyway, we'll see how we do in the total month of November. And anyway, so thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the content, got something out of it, of things that sell. And like I said, if you like, hit the like button, and subscribe if you like listening or finding this type of content useful. If you like finding adventure, traveling, hiking content useful, it's in there in my videos. It's under the playlist. Okay, so thank you, and till next time. Bye.